So make your kappa no loss. Remember.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Stokes, and this is Football Fans Tribe. Over here, we interview Nigeria football fans after matches, and we give you Nigeria football fan content like this and much, much more back to back. So if you're new here, please just click that subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching. So this is supposed to be the Mexico 2-1 Nigeria match review. We didn't have opportunity to get interviews on the game because of the timing of the game for Nigeria. The game started about 1 a.m. Nigerian time, so we planned the watch along, couldn't do the watch along as well, but then we are here to just review the game. So we'll be going through the important incidents in the game as well. If you're new here, like I said, just click the subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching. So I'm not doing this alone. I have some exclusive guests in the house that are going to be discussing the game alongside myself. And first of all, let me introduce a Favor Itwa, aka Sports Paparazzi in the house. Oh.
All right, folks. Good evening. Good to always be here. I mean, it's been exciting so far. So yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back. And nice to see you yesterday too at The Matters Arising.
Of course. Yeah.
Nice one. And then I have returning again. If you've been here for a while, you're supposed to know him, but he was here the last time Nigeria played against Mexico. It was the home-based team after we got a better flogging from the Mexican side. But then he was here last time for the match preview and even the review after the game, and he's here again. His name is Bryan. He's a Mexican fan and the head of content at Jóvenes Mexicanos. Jóvenes Futbolistas. That's the word I'm forgetting. Jóvenes Futbolistas Mexicanos, which means young Mexican footballers. Am I right?
Yes.
Aha! Good to see you again, bro. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Nice to be here.
Yeah, welcome back. So we are just going to be discussing the game, starting from the starting lineup. So, Favor, I want to know when you saw the starting. I'm going to bring the starting lineup on the screen shortly, but it was basically Francis Uzoho in goal, Chidozie Awaziem, William Troost-Ekong, Shemi Ajayi, Calvin Bassey, Innocent Bonke, Joe Aribo, Alex Iwobi, Moses Simon, Murphy, and Desas. First of all, many people took it as a 4-4-2, but I want to know, I saw it as a 3-5-2. So I want to know the formation you thought we played, because I was keenly looking at the way the guys were set up, both in possession and out of possession. Favor.
Yeah, quick one. When I saw the lineups for the game, I looked at it and said, hey, that's what we have at the moment, because when you look at the availability of players, I mean, it's easy to just pick your starting 11. From the defense, the most experienced defender, Troost-Ekong, started yesterday. Shemi Ajayi alongside Calvin Bassey and Chidozie Awaziem. Look at the couple players that are in US at the moment. You look at, that's just what you have. From the starting 11. Then the midfield, Innocent Bonke, we saw him in Ghana, the first leg of the African World Cup qualifiers. Then you talk about return of Alex Iwobi, who got a red card during the qualifiers also, but he's back into the team. Then Joseph Ayodele Aribo. It's just the kind of lineup we expect to see, especially.
Favor, are you there?
This, but then, hello?
Okay, he's back. Yeah. Your network had an issue.
Apologies. I had to just take off the call. Okay, so looking at the lineups, you did expect that's what was to be paraded yesterday. Then the bench, of course, the home-based players on the bench, and this is the first time the Super Eagles is gathering after the exit or not qualifying for the World Cup in the month of March. So we have a new coach, Jose Peseiro. This is the first time he's also handling the team. So you expect a different, you not probably expect a compact team. You expect, a team who is just starting all afresh with a new coach coming into party. So to me, it was a wrong time for Nigeria to play Mexico. But nevertheless, there were some positives to take out of the game against Mexico, a Mexican side who are very good going forward, attacking wise, they have depth and qualities. So I think for Nigeria, not a good time, but then also an opportunity for the coach to know his players, to know the strengths and abilities of his players, and also, to know what we expect from the team going forward. If I was going to talk
Yeah.
about the game, then I can go on and on. But I think for the lineups, I'll just stop there for now.
And then in terms of the setup, formation wise, I personally think it was a 3-5-2, but what do you think?
For me, the formations was not bad. Calvin Bassey playing from the left wing back. Chidozie Awaziem from the right wing back, 5 and 6. Chus Ekong and the man himself, Semi Ajayi. And midfield, Innocent Bonke, Aribo, Iwobi, Simon to the left, Tere Murphy, Siri Desas. Not really bad, but then the first few minutes of the game, it was obvious that the Mexicans came in with their force. They were pushing forward for a goal, and you could see that the defense was jilted. Chus Ekong was not on top of his game. From the right wing, Chidozie Awaziem was caught napping many times, especially when Gimenez takes the ball, towards the box. If not for the saves of Uzor, maybe Nigeria would have considered about 3 goals in the first few minutes of the game. But if you notice, there were lots of shaking in the defense. Not until later into the game, when Nigeria grew into the game and started making passes together, to match up with the energy and stamina of the Mexican side. But I must say that we still have issues with the defense of Nigeria. Looking at what has happened so far in the past, I mean, we've not really had it when it comes to the Oyibo wall again. Chus Ekong having not had much of game time in Watford, he has been on the bench,
Rusty, very rusty. That showed.
Rusty.
Yeah.
I mean, amongst our defenders, Semi Ajayi has game time. Calvin Bassey just returned from the finals of the Europa League, which he did not win with Rangers. I mean, it was one of our standout performances yesterday. But I must say, the midfield at a point in time, did not turn up until later in the game. Generally, the team in the first 20 minutes of the game, it was all about the Mexicans. There were lots of forces, lots of power, and when the goal came, it became a wake-up call for the team. They started organizing themselves again and then pushing forward for an equalizer. Siri Desas coming back into the team, fantastic young lad. He immediately in the finals of the Conference League, he went to Netherlands. From Netherlands, he flew into the US. He was jet-lagged before that game, but yes, he was able to still bring out his best. And we saw the goal.
Score a goal.
I mean, the crossing coming and then the technique of using your head to head the ball down before going to the back of the net. Fantastic one for him. But I must say, we are yet to get to where we want to be. Yes, you might want to say we mixed the likes of Wilfred Oyedidi, missed the likes of Victor Osimhen. Lots of players missing in action, but trust me, yesterday players that played yesterday, it was good. But again, I must say that we had Nigerian professional football league players that really turned up. I mean, I did not really expect them to be so courageous and bold. From Sani, who came in from the flanks, to the man called Ishak, Rivers United Ishak and Chiamaka Madu. They came into the game. They had only 10 minutes to play. At that 10 minutes they had to play, they showed themselves. Madu sat deep in the midfield. Ishak played for the right wing. He was also using his pace to run down the Mexican side. Towards the end of the game, Nigeria probably would have gotten something out of the game, maybe a draw. But trust me, it was a good friendly match. Mexico is a very top country when it comes to footballing nation. They've had the likes of Chicharito. They've had, they had lots of players who have really done well in football in the world. I mean, coming against them within a short while and having players who have not played together. For instance, the partnership of Chus Ekong and Semi Ajayi, it's been a long time. I talk about also the midfield. He will be coming into the midfield after a long time. We talk about up front, Siri Desas.
We have a lot of issues. Even Ekong 13 minutes of football for him since that game with Ghana. Just 13 minutes of football. It's bad.
I guess what? It's a wake up. It's a wake up call. The coach Jose Peseiro, haven't seen the team yesterday, needs to revamp the defense. Some players need to rest. Olisaida needs to come back into the national team. I mean, Olisaida. Yes, I know he has activities with Orlando Pirates, but the defense of the Super Eagles we need to get right. But guess what? We have lots of attackers up front. I expect more of these friendlies because it gives us, it exposes us to what we are yet to do, where we can get better, and what we have when it comes to playing against the top teams in the world. So that's a fantastic one. Ecuador is just on Thursday, so we expect an improved performance. But trust me, yesterday's game was top-notch. Mexico expected to probably whitewash Nigeria, but it didn't happen. Thanks to the good goalkeeping of goalkeeper Uzor.
We'll
Fantastic saves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so
made
but all the
very,
same,
very, really, really
it
good
was a good
saves.
friendly. I
Yeah.
enjoyed myself. Played in a
Mm.
58,000 capacity, 58 or 56,000 capacity yesterday at the AT&T Arena. Trust me, it was mind blowing, and we had a good time.
And then, Brian, you've been observing and you've been looking at everything there. But then this man, Santiago Tomas Jimenez, scored the opening goal for Mexico. And then they went on to get an own goal from Super Eagles captain on the day and our vice captain in general. He was an okay performance for him. Like I said before, he had just played about 13 minutes of football since that game with Ghana. And then he went on to score the decisive own goal that made us lose the game 2-1. But your thoughts, Brian, your thoughts on the game, and then your own view on what happened early this morning for us, but then yesterday for you.
Yeah. So the lineup for the Mexico match was Cota. He's a 34-year-old goalkeeper. Most of our goalkeepers are pretty old, in their late 30s. He's a third option in the goalkeeper, so he's fighting to get into the World Cup. Goalkeeper just wanted to try him out, and he didn't perform too good. He let it go in.
That was a terrible, terrible thing he did when the header came in from our strikers. He was just like, I don't understand. Like somebody trying to hold a pot of hot soup or something. It was terrible. I was laughing actually. But then your thoughts on the rest of the team?
Yeah. So in the center back, Moreno and Montes. Montes is one of the best centers we have. Moreno is 34. He's not he doesn't play frequently now in Monterrey, but he has experience. He played in Europe, so he came back to Mexico. But he's a leader, but he's not still at that level. We have Gallardo on the left, and Eric Aguirre on the right side. Gallardo, he's been a starter in Mexico for like 4 or 5 years now, but his level hasn't been the greatest. As like a year ago, he hasn't been the greatest. So a lot of people hate on the coach, saying, "Oh, why did you bring him in? You should have used other guys that are performing better."
Oh, really? Who did you want another person there as well?
Excuse me?
Did you want another person in place of a Gallardo as well?
Yeah, I would prefer Arteaga. Arteaga plays in Belgium. He plays in Genk.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the midfielders, we had Romo.
Yeah.
We had Guardado, who's the captain.
Guardado, very, very popular too. Very, very old Mexican football name.
Yeah. And we had Beltran, who's this is the first time. This is one of the first matches he's playing for the Mexico senior team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the left wing we have Pizarro. For the right wing we have Alvarado, and for striker we have Santiago Jimenez. Santiago Jimenez, he's 21. He's 21, and
he plays for Cruz Azul, right?
He plays for Cruz Azul.
He
still hasn't. He's not a complete starter at Cruz Azul, but has shown a lot of. He's pretty good.
He has potential.
He has potential. And
same as Diego Lainez, right?
Yeah. There's media linking him to Europe pretty soon, so hopefully he goes to Europe. We really need a striker.
Yeah. And then what's the deal with Jimenez at the moment?
Jimenez, I think he was jet lag or something like that. Like the plane came late, so yeah. And
thank God he didn't play. Because our defense currently is very, very is not up to scratch. We are very bad. Our defenders are rusty. The ones that are playing games are not getting called up to the team. So anyways, we are very, very worried about our defense. But then speaking of the goalkeeper now, you said he's trying to make a way into the World Cup team, but definitely that conceding that goal in the manner he did, he hasn't done himself any favors now.
No. There's a 25-year-old goalkeeper that plays at Santos. His name is Acevedo. He's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Like 2 years now, and
Yeah.
he's probably winning the third place for the goalkeeper now.
Interesting. And then I saw Guillermo Ochoa, the popular one, warming in the warm-up, and then he wasn't involved. But definitely that's still your number one choice, right?
Yes, Ochoa.
And then I remember after the last 4-0, when you guys thrashed us, I told you that that was our home-based team. But then hopefully you get to play our main team in the future. So I want to know, in terms of the football, did you see a difference from what this Nigerian team had to offer on the pitch?
Yes. They play way better. For this Mexican team too, it's not our like starting Mexico team. So because we didn't have Lozano, we didn't have Tecatito, we didn't have those players.
Corona,
Herrera, who just left Atletico Madrid. But I do think that Nigeria played way better now. One thing I think they should have done better. I felt that sometimes they weren't personally too good. So I think more pressure on the Mexican defenders would have been better.
Would have been definitely better.
Yeah, because they would have just thrown the ball in front, and Nigerian defenders are pretty tall and strong, so they could have just won the balls.
Exactly. So more pressure could have done us more good, and hopefully it like my friend Favor said, this is the first game under our new coach, so he's still getting to know some of the players, as well as the players that are available there. Some are rusty, some have played a lot of games this season. An example is the person that had the assist for our goal, the man with the long hair there, he plays for Rangers. I think he has played 60 or 50 something matches this season. Calvin Bassey, I think he won, was he player of the match in the final of the something like that, but he's highly rated in Europe.
He also won the Scottish Cup.
Yeah, won the Scottish Cup with Rangers as well a few days after losing that Europa League final. So he's a good one. So our team is still trying to blend. And then, like you said, also, this is not really the Mexico main starting lineup. Everybody was not really there. Erin Lozano and the rest of the names you mentioned, a lot of players in that team. But then there's something that came up. I don't know if you can look at this picture. The pitch. Is this what it wasn't looking good, obviously, because the pitch was like grass was throwing up, and then I was trying to think, is this pitch artificial? But definitely, were you worried about the state of the pitch that yesterday, Brian?
Yes, in the Spanish commentators, when I was watching the game on TV, they were mentioning that the field wasn't the best, and both teams could have played better. So there's a lot of plays where they slid or they tripped or something that they could have scored goals or something.
Yeah. And then, Favor, what do you think? The pitch?
Yeah, for me, I was surprised. The AT&T Arena, the stadium, is one of the stadiums you mentioned in the United States of America. As you know, what you call stadium,
with all the glory where you get.
Yeah, and I think the pitch is not natural, but close to. There's a new synthetic fiber, because somebody was trying to describe the kind of pitch we have there. There's these days there's something close to natural grass. So that's why if you notice, whenever they kick the ball, you see some particles coming out of it.
Yeah,
but
nevertheless,
I think it can be better, because these are the guys playing football are professionals. They play in better pitches in Europe, in different parts of the world. I think they deserve something better. And don't forget, the next 2026 World Cup is 3: Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America. So we did expect something better, before that particular time. As after the Qatar World Cup this year, the next one is Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America. Then talking about the goal, I think we should understand the technique. When a striker, when the ball hits the ground first, before going to the goalkeeper,
into the ground.
It's a difficult technique. Even if you use your leg to play
the goalkeeper was doing like this. Now, what didn't they do like this? He was just juggling the ball.
Yeah, he was struggling, but don't forget the ball is coming at a very good speed. It's coming at a very good speed, and then you don't
Okay.
know if it's going to head straight to the goal, straight to the net. But he did a technique. He had the ball down first. That alone has
Yeah.
changed the mindset of the goalkeeper. If it was
Mm.
straight, maybe he was expecting it to just come straight to him, and he was waiting. Okay,
Mm.
if it comes straight, I try to catch the ball, punch the ball, but
Mm.
the ball hits the
Mm.
ground first. That alone
Mm.
changes his reflexes. Yes, you might want to say some top goalkeepers in the world will try to attempt it, but goalkeepers dread balls that hit the ground before coming to them because it
Yeah.
changes the direction or dynamics of the ball. So I just feel we should
Yeah.
just cut him some slacks. I mean, he could have beaten any goalkeeper in the world, even the very best of goalkeepers.
Brian, do you forgive the goalkeeper now?
No. He could have done much
He
better.
just a talk your own favor. Yeah, go on, go on.
Yeah. He could have just maybe he could have just grabbed the ball and now
Just grab it or you punch it over.
or yeah, punch it. But
Oh my god, it was a comedy. Well, and anyways, at least we got to see the first sight of our new coach at the sidelines. He was very animated as is expected, and we'll see how it goes down the line. We have Ecuador to play. We are still in the US. We have a tour of the US. And Brian, it's good to see you. Mexico's next game. Well, when is their next game?
I'm not really sure right now. I could check right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Mexico next game will be on June 2nd versus Uruguay.
Oh, Uruguay. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And then your hopes ahead of the World Cup.
Yeah. So, I think we have a pretty good chance. We have Argentina, we have Poland, and we have another team who I don't remember the name right now. But I think we have a good chance. If we pass second in the group, we're gonna face Brazil, so that's gonna be hard.
Yeah. So is Mexico, Poland, Argentina, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia is the third team in the group. Yeah, the fourth team rather. So you're hopeful. Anyhow, it is Mexico is going to get out of the group stage, right?
Yes. The priority is to be first, because if we go second, we have to face Brazil, and Brazil is a hard opponent.
But then it's still a North American, South American thing. You never know what will happen. Maybe Ochoa will pull up one of those his performances again at the World Cup. We never can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. And then, Favor, give me your final thoughts now before we log out.
All right, quick one. I think the World Cup is going to be interesting. Mexico, over times, have always tried to go out of the group stages. They've shown that they've got the character in them, they've got the abilities in them. And for Nigeria, it's like rebuilding, even though not from scratch, because we already have the players. It's just for the coach to know, it's first 11. The competition should also be instilled in the team, because some persons are already assured of their jersey. For instance, Trusecon knows whenever he comes to the national team, he's going to start the game. So if we can have competition in defense, we can also have players who play for their club sides regularly. It mustn't be the top clubs in the world, but we always have active football to be able to help you, because it really helps. I mean, you can see that the players who were more better yesterday were players who have been playing regularly. Even the NPFL players showed they've been playing regularly because of, of course, the matches they play. So going forward, I think there's hope. There's hope, but then it's going to be sad that Nigeria will not be in Qatar. We make business happen in different countries. The last time Nigeria missed the World Cup was in Germany 2006. And trust me, Germany wished that Nigeria had come to the World Cup because of the revenue they would make from fans and supporters around the world. But like we say, it's football, and we hope to still enjoy the tournament as neutrals, and hope to pitch tent with whatever teams would like to pitch tent with.
Nice one. And then on that note, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll be back again with the preview for the Nigeria versus Ecuador game. All the best to you, Brian versus Uruguay, on June the 2nd. And you can follow Brian, if you're in Mexico, you can follow Brian on his Instagram handle. Is Jóvenes Futbolistas Mexicanos. Just search on it, and then you see, give him a follow. It's a very, very good. He's trying to rebuild the whole thing, but then it's a very, very good page that showcases young Mexican footballing talent. And of course, you can follow Favor Itua. Just search Favor Itua or Sports Paparazzi on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Give him a follow. Thanks so much for watching, like I always say. And on that note, we have a game to play against Ecuador. Hopefully, we are back with a win in that game. Favor, this Ghana JC way they show me. I not go talk anything. I won't say anything. But on that note, thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
through.
you.
And this was a very, very
Thank
nice
you.
one. For the guys in the comment section, we see you all, and we'll be back, like I said, for the preview for the Nigeria-Ecuador game, and then we'll be doing a watch along, hopefully, and then reactions after the game. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching,
Thank
guys,
you.
and see you all soon.